So as you can see, we are totally overcrowded. This is not how an ICU looks. If you see, the beds are too close to each other. We have had to put extra beds between beds. There are usually 3 beds here. They have become 4. Same here. Here from 8 beds, 6 beds. We have to make it 8 beds. So we actually have nearly 66 patients today in the ICU. With a bed capacity of 56, we have stretched 10, and it varies between 66 to 68 with trolleys. There's no physical space, I think, for trolleys also anymore. That's the maximum we can put.
PH is 7.39, carbon dioxide 70, oxygen 86. Norcuron has to be single strength. Don't make double strength. Same dilution.
You will see nobody sits. Nobody sits even for a second. It's only when they get the reports that they are noting down that some may sit, the senior nurse may sit to write the report. Nobody sits. They're just moving around. For the residents, it's a 10-hour shift in the morning, 14-hour at night. There is no break. They don't get a break. They get a break. Their only break is after the shift is over. Without that, they just don't have breaks. For the consultants, without offs. For 6 weeks, no offs. Nothing. So they have, my younger consultants and all are working non-stop, no breaks. And on constant calls in the night, triaging calls, patients getting sick, patients being moved. You have to do all that continuous. So it's been, for everybody, it's been difficult, very, very difficult, very tiring.
I know we'll have to watch, take this.
It is unrelenting because actually, if you see, most of the patients are on ventilator. So that's not what happens usually. That's not such a large percentage are on the ventilator in the ICU. At any given point, 40 to 50% patients, 50% patients are on ventilator. Right now, we have almost 75-80% of the patients are ventilator, and actually there are more outside in the wards, etc., who actually ideally should be in the ICU. But there is no bed, there is no physical space to manage them. So they are being managed in the wards and the high dependency units. So the number of being a patient as a percentage, probably not much difference, somewhat more, but the total volumes are large. And there is always a selection bias in triaging. If in triaging, when across the world it happened, there are sick patients who need advanced care, ICU care, there is a selection bias that the younger person gets it, right, over a much older person. So that those biases, not bias, there is evidence for it. And there is data for it, there is guidelines for it. How do you triage? Based on that, that is done. And that is why in the ICU you see relatively more young patients than it was in the earlier surgery.
Just before
But everybody is getting knackered, So because specialities are chosen by people because of their personalities in medicine or for any field, I think. So those who come into critical care are those who have the enthusiasm, the energy, and the adrenaline junkies in a sense to almost, I would say, to do things, to get things done, to save lives. From there, having to lose so many because you have inadequate number of beds ventilators, etc., is for many of them very, very disheartening. That's the other challenge we have, to constantly boost morale. Do the best we can for those we have. So those are the real challenges. It's not just the numbers; it is the psychological effect it is having on our young residents and our nurses.
It was very hectic. Even it is very hard for us to see patient dying. At that time, there was lack of oxygen. There was lack of ventilators.
अभी दे रहे आपका मॉर्निंग नंबर देना वीडियो कॉल करवा देंगे ना मैम हाँ वीडियो कॉल करा देंगे अभी इस नंबर पे वीडियो कॉल करो जो निकाल दिया आपको
At present, most of the patients are young, almost same of our age. So it is very difficult to see them dying. So that is the hardest part at present in this COVID. In previous COVID, most of them are on old age, 50, 60 years of age. So at that time we can understand. But at present, seeing a young patient, young age, struggling for like same our age, struggling so hard, it is very difficult.
The entire team of whom I must admire and kind of adore and salute my entire medical team, the real warriors. And especially I would send out a message to all my wonderful angels whom I call my nurses. They are tremendous.
Been tough for everybody.
It's been, and the way they have worked, I would say, is unimaginable. I just admire, do they have that much of energy? The strength, the way they used to run around, no rest, no sleep, no food. They used to work for actually 12 hours. I don't know how many hours they used to work, and they always have a smile on their face.